Remi Babalola, as Minister of State for Finance, you're at the heart of policy making here in Africa's most populous nation. Yet there's a widespread perception that this government, in the 2 years since it came to power, has achieved very little. It's not just foreign investors who are saying this. You can go to the Niger Delta, to the north of the country, to Lagos, as I've done, and speak to ordinary people, and they'll tell you that they have a sense that the federal government is adrift. What can you point to as your achievements from the last 2 years?
I think we should put things in very clear perspective. What was the mandate when the administration came into existence in 2007? It was predicated on fiscal infrastructure. It was predicated on wealth creation, land reforms, food security. When you look at all these facets, I can give you facts and figures that will show clearly tremendous achievement and impact. The major area, the real serious issue that becloud the judgment of most Nigerians is the power issue. People should understand that we have integrated power projects that are actually being added. The integrated power projects are not things that, like Kunjewela said once, they are not things that you go to Tesco and just purchase, irrespective of your petrodollar.
The conversation that we always have in Nigeria is about this huge gap between the potential in human terms, in terms of natural resources, and the reality of crumbling infrastructure and wasted opportunities for so many millions of Nigerians. What's the mood in government? Are you frustrated about the progress you're making?
We're very upbeat about what is going on. Most importantly, we feel that the future is brighter than today, than yesterday. But most important aspect is that people should also look at it from where we're coming from. When you have a situation where the railway system, no $1 has been spent on it since 1964. I mean, you can imagine the enormity of the challenge that you have immediately, or the power situation when it has been abandoned in terms of investment for the past 25 years. I mean, and the roads. So, and you want to do everything all at a go. It's crippling. So a lot of things are happening and a lot of things are being done in order to ensure that we have an economy that is busting in terms of its potentials.
One of the things that's so striking about coming to Nigeria for the first time are these paradoxes. We see one of the world's biggest oil exporters with fuel shortages. We see a country with massive reserves of natural gas without power. We see fertile land virtually empty of farmers. Spend a little time here, though, and it becomes increasingly clear that there are groups of people, some call them cartels, who actually benefit from these situations. There are fuel importers who make a lot of money from the fact that Nigeria has broken down refineries. There are people within the power company who are very powerful because there's so little electricity. There are people who are involved in trading fertilizer on the black market. There is a huge array of vested interests who don't want change. How is this government going to smash all those cartels?
You're perfect. You put it very well when you say that when you come, you see a lot of contrast. This is a country where you do not need any compelling reason for wrenching change in the economy. What are the basic things that we are doing? Prudent management of the fiscal policies, strong management of the monetary policies. You have a situation where we are trying to have a very lean and mean and efficient government. You have a situation where we are ensuring that we are opening up the private sector. We are removing the rent-seeking capabilities of people. Naturally, those reforms are touching some people adversely, but there's no going back about them.
We've heard a lot about planning. We've heard a lot about building institutions. When are Nigerians going to really feel a difference from this government in their own daily lives?
It depends on what you mean by that. I've told people so many times that when you say that you cannot touch and feel some of the things that are going on, and I ask the question, there are so many countries during the food crisis just about a year ago, when on the street people were rioting because the price of rice, the price of bread, including in Egypt. Why do you think, if the government was not responsive, why do you think something like that was never felt in Nigeria? A situation whereby immediately actions were taken to ensure that the stable foods, millet, rice, garri, and everything was at affordable prices to people, and you are saying people are not feeling it. Hey, come on.
We've spoken a lot about the constraints holding Nigeria back. Tell us why investors should come to this country. What is the growth story that Nigeria can tell?
I think I can turn it around and ask the question that why will any reasonable investor not wanting to come to a country that has all the potentials? It has the highest rate in terms of return on investment. It has all the resources. It has the population. It has more in terms of, if there's any country today that can actually make a difference in this continent to the black race, it is Nigeria, in all honesty. This is the only country that can showcase whether the black race and Africa we actually make the necessary difference or we continue stagnating. So when you look at a country where we have continued on the part of reforms, on the part of electoral reforms, on the part of governance, on the part of democracy, you are looking at a country where infrastructural upgrade is continuing at a faster pace. You are actually getting to a country where the GDP growth is higher than the entire European zone, the entire American, even the sub-Saharan Africa and the emerging economies. What more do you want in such a country that you cannot find?
Remi Babalola, Minister of State for Finance, thanks very much.
You're welcome. Thanks so much. I wish you the very best.